it's a situational thing. Okay, it's a situational question. So the question here is describe an argument that two of your friends had. So when you try to answer this kind of question, you should talk about the following of this here. Okay,
Mm,
first,
yeah.
when it happened. Okay, when it happened, that kind of argument when it happened. Next is what is what it was about. Okay, what it was about. What uh what is the argument about? Okay, what is what about? Okay. So
Mm,
first, when it happened, what is it about and how it was solved, right? If the argument was being solved. Okay?
yeah.
So first, when, what, and how. And the next, how did you feel about it? Okay, you're going to explain there. How did you feel about it? So these are some tips. Okay, these are some tips that you are going to uh, talk about when you answer this kind of question. So look at the example here. Case example answer. Okay, so can you try to read this one?
Yeah, it is an acknowledged fact that people argue when their ideas and thoughts are not considered. Anyone is unique, and sometimes their thoughts don't match, which results in an argument.
Okay, hold
However,
on. Okay,
yeah,
hold on. Just stop with this part. Okay, you can
yeah,
see in these two sentences here really describes or talks about arguments. So like these two sentences here, it is an acknowledged that fact that people argue. So it's more on you are having an introduction sentence about argument.
mm,
Okay,
yeah,
you are not yet talking
yeah,
about your personal argument. So just an introduction about argument. Okay? So
yeah,
here, next.
yeah. However, from my personal experience, I do, I'd said that arguing is a natural process of developing a strong bond with the other person. Here, I'd like to talk about a time when my friends had a disagreement, which later turned out to be a heated argument. We were a bunch of four friends who were always together, and our friendship was solid. During our holidays, we decided to visit a nearby amusement park. To our surprise, there was a small crafts exhibition at the entrance of the park. There were many artworks, paintings, graphics, clay models, books, crafts, handmade jewelry, etc. on display. Almost all the halls were packed with the displayed articles. As we moved forward, we saw different lights, some scary, some funny, and some lights. So four of us decided to go on the roller coaster ride and bought the entry ticket.
Okay. So you can see here, when we saw the giant roller coaster, we were surprised by its height when it detailed adventure, which, okay, but suddenly one of my friends, Jack, okay, so, here, I will read it again. Okay. But suddenly, one of my friends, Jack, who was afraid of heights, didn't want to join. Another friend, John, didn't let Jack go. as he wanted to make a vlog of us enjoying on the ride. So a minor issue began into a heated argument. Everyone around was looking at them. So at this point, my friend Ellie and I intervened and requested them to stop the quarrel. Okay, continue this part here.
Yeah. After that, we dropped the idea of going on a roller coaster ride, as it was the only solution that seemed right at the moment. Post the arguments, we tried to calm both of them and move ahead to the food stores. To sum up, I felt that John should have understood Jack's anxiety and avoided the argument, but he was adamant, and so was Jack. Later, they realized their mistakes and forgave each other.
Okay, great. So as you can see here, it is quite long, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
answer is quite long. Okay,
yes,
but you can just see that when you can just see in this sentence, in this paragraph, that the question, okay, the
yeah,
question is describe an argument. So it is really with the speaking test. So you really need to state everything in detail. Okay,
yeah.
in detail,
Okay,
even mentioning the name. So the things that you really need to remember is that because the question is described, so you must really mention all the things, but do not mention if the issue is really that confidential, you are not going to mention it. Okay, just try to generalize. Like, for example, you mentioned about marriage. You will not mention very, very detailed that is already a private thing about your friendship. Okay, so you
yeah,
just mention a general thing, and then um first is when did it happen, what it is about, how it was resolved. So when, what, how it is resolved, and how did you feel about it. Okay, those are just four basic things that you need to mention about um a certain uh question. Okay, so now I will try to ask you another question. Okay,
okay.
so I will try to ask you another questions. How many public holidays, no, which public holidays is your favorite?
Uh, it is interesting question. We have many kinds of national holidays, but my favorite holiday is New Year holidays. There are some reasons why I like these holidays. First of all, it is meaningful for me. It is have some meaning of starting new year. So whenever I have uh, when I have holidays, I tend to set up some uh, plan about
Mm.
about the uh, year. So, and the other reason why I like this holiday is uh, because it is quite long. There is 3 days of holidays, so I can go my hometown. I can have quality time with my family. So I like it.
Okay, great. So, what do you usually do on a public holiday?
Oh, in holidays. If the holidays period is long enough, I usually go to my hometown. My hometown is Jeju Island, which
Wow.
is quite far from my house.
Mm-hmm.
My mother lives there, and my older sisters also live there, so I can meet my family with my wife and my children. Yeah, so I usually go there.
Okay. So do you think people need more public holidays?
Eat more? Yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely, because we have some culture uh, regarding some ceremony for my grandfather or grandmother to celebrate or uh, proceed some ceremony. We should prepare some good dishes and food. So after the ceremony, we should eat those foods. So uh, uh, from that cultural things, we easily gain more weights.
Okay, yes. Thank you for that answer. So there's this certain word that I want to ask you if you know this word, unique. Okay, do you know the
Unique.
word unique? Yeah, what for you, what is the meaning of unique?
Unique, unique is something special and not typical things. For example, uh, for example, uh, if uh, unique,
Okay,
yeah,
try
yeah,
to give me example or try to make a word unique into a sentence.
W- word unique.
Yeah, can you make a sentence using the word unique?
Yeah. Uh, if there is a unique person in my family, uh, the the atmosphere of family will be interesting.
Mm, okay. Yes, unique is okay. Unique is something being um like special. Okay, being one of a kind. Okay, something different. So it's not the same. It's not common, but it's unique. Okay, so that
Yeah.
is unique. Okay, how about um anxiety? Do you know the word anxiety?
Sorry.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Anxiety is uh, kind of concern.
You know, what is anxiety for you?
Uh, uh, I have anxiety about my children's future.
Okay, so what typically is that? Can you give like a similar word of anxiety?
Uh, my children's are uh, very young, and uh, I am concerning about my children's health when
Okay,
they
so
become, yeah, adults.
okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yes. So anxiety is something that you have a feeling of being worried.
yeah,
Yeah, being worried or nervous. Okay, you are nervous. Okay, and you are uneasy about something with you are not like you are really worried. Okay, that is anxiety. Okay, so sometimes we experience that one. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have one last question.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think arguments are important?
Yeah, I think argument is important because uh, the people have different idea and thoughts. So when we are having some discussion and arguments, we can develop more wide, wider, uh, wider thinking. We can develop some more consideration. So I think the argument is important.
Yeah, so argument is important. Sometimes for me, no, for me, uh, sometimes it's important, sometimes it is not. Right? I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes, it depends on the situation, but sometimes it is really important because you will know the perspectives or the opinions of other people, right? Because we are not the same. It's not really the same with other people. So you need to know their perspectives, but you need also to really know that if you can just talk slowly or calmly, then there's no need to argue, right?
yeah.
Yes, there's no need to argue. Okay,